The Delta State government has appealed to the federal government to complete the earth dam project in Abo-Ogwashi in Ogwashuku local government area in view of its economic importance to the area. With communities lamenting the non-availability of potable water and electricity supply for many years now, the people believe that the issues would have been permanently resolved had the project been completed.
Ogwashuku, Delta State, is in the tropical rainforest of the Niger Delta region. Population here, according to GeoName's geographical database, is about 27,000, a figure which may have since doubled. Ogwashuku is bordered by various communities such as Iseluku, Ibuzo, Ubuluku, and Obiaruku. The town boasts of a polytechnic built by the James Ibori administration. However, life is made difficult by the lack of potable water.
They buy from people. They sell tanker. Then go put them for here. Then we go to sell them. For this area, no water at all.
We trek far to the stream. And at that time, these Hausa people, when they carry their cows inside that place, they will scatter the whole. The river will not be okay to drink again.
To get drinking water, maybe first thing tomorrow morning, like early morning, like 5 o'clock or 5:30, I will come and fetch the drinking water.
This is compounded by the absence of electricity, and the impact on the people is intense.
Before this, the private company took over, nothing like light. We have been living on generators. You can see it yourself. You can see torchlight with me. Living on generators, candle, and lantern for long. The reason why there's no light, we cannot tell.
Some of us who have gen is managing. A lot of people don't have gen, so they are living in darkness. There's nothing like management here.
In order to solve this challenge, an idea to construct an earth dam in Abo-Ogwash was mooted and work started. However, this appears to have been laid to rest as there is nothing on ground to show that work continued. The question on why has a 650 million naira earth dam project awarded in 2005 abandoned? Former House of Representative member for Aniocha and Ushimli Federal Constituency, Honorable Pascal Adigwe, said the decision to upgrade the water dam to also generate electricity set back what was in motion.
And the one for Bash was now assigned to produce 2 megawatts of electricity. My brother, this was a case like a case of you are building a bungalow. You have done all your design, everything, you laid your foundation. And you just maybe made some extra huge money and you say, okay, you see this bungalow is no longer, I don't want to build bungalow anymore, I want to build a duplex. It means that even the right foundation that you had done before had to be redesigned, and everything had to be redesigned.
While bad roads, lack of electricity and potable water are among the litany of challenges the people here are saddled with, the Delta State government would want to see this project revisited by the federal government.
The focus of each government can be different, but government is a continuum. But one important thing about this Ogwashuku project is that Ogwashuku is sitting on a 475 meters above sea level. And this is a very high plane. And when you talk about water projects of this nature, it then means that you are going to spend less in distributing this water to the towns around the dam, especially areas like Ibuzo and the Ubuluku area and what have you.
The initiative of the federal government to award the Abo Earth Dam project is a welcome development, as it will transform the entire area into a more habitable space. Whatever is needed to get the train back on track should be given due attention.
Failure effective management of the river system in Plateau, Bauchi, Kano, Jigawa, Yobe and Borno states, which make up the Hadija, Jamare, Komadugu, Yobe Basin, has led to blockage of channels by silts and invasive weeds. Human activities are responsible for continued low water level in the Lake Chad, invariably affecting thousands of cultivable hectares of land in the region. Over 15 million people in these states depend on the river basin for potable water, and agriculture, particularly irrigation farming, since rainfall is limited in the area.
In 2006, the 6 riparian states of Plateau, Bauchi, Kano, Jigawa, Yobe and Borno, with the support of the federal government, created the Hadija Jamare Komadugu Yobe Basin Trust Fund, with the aim of having a shared platform through which a sustainable funding mechanism for addressing the crucial trans-boundary water management issues of the basin could be coordinated and improve on the water resources challenges in the region. However, 11 years after, residents living along the rivers in the region are confronted with the ecological challenges of drought, flooding, and water scarcity.
All these stresses that we have in the basin, plus the conflicts we are experiencing now, even the Boko Haram insurgents, some of the young men that have joined, they did so as a result of lack of water to irrigate. We are talking about a basin where rainfall is very, very low. From Hadija up to the shores of Lake Chad, people depend on the water in the river to farm, not on rainfall.
This basin, we have a population of over 15 million people that depend on the resources of these rivers. But the rivers are not flowing normally again.
Confronted with the reality of the imminent danger posed to human lives in the region, the 6 governors of the riparian states, alongside experts in water resources, agriculture and environment, came together at a forum organized by the Plateau State government with the resolve to resuscitate the trust fund and rekindle support and funding in bringing back the once vibrant hydrological basin.
We agreed to reconstitute the Board of Trustees. The summit agreed to send 2 nominees, a politician and a technocrat, each to the Minister of Water Resources within the next 2 weeks. 2, to provide for 122 million for operating the Secretariat for 1 year before the catchment committee takes off.
In addition to resuscitating the trust fund, the governors resolved that the states of Kano, Jigawa and Plateau should be included in the Northeast Development Commission, considering these states' geopolitical affiliation to the Northeast. With the recommendations and commitment from the government of the 6 states in funding the Hadija Jamare Komadugu Yobe Basin, economic activities emanating from the immense agricultural benefits from the region will no doubt adequately address the problems of poverty of its people, conflict resulting from the use of the available resources, as well as insecurity experienced in the region.
To health matters, over 3,000 women suffering from life-threatening ailments like cervical cancer and hypertension have received free medical treatment under the initiative of the wife of the President, Mrs. Aisha Buhari. Some of the beneficiaries of the free medical screening and treatments commended Mrs. Buhari for reaching out to them in the face of difficulties. The state's governor, Samuel Otom, also urged the women to imbibe the habit of regular medical checkup to avoid severe medical complications.
In spite of the pain she may have felt from the needle, this woman appears to be in a happier mood than the wincing conveys, because it is something she has been longing for. The same can be said for others like her, along with their children, who have gathered here at the Government Girls Secondary School, Makurdi, for free medical screening and treatment, courtesy of the wife of the President, Aisha Buhari. State Governor Samuel Otom and other dignitaries arrived to a rapturous welcome. After going on their rounds to monitor the exercise, the speeches on its importance follows.
Our partnership with Her Excellency Mrs. Aisha Buhari to sponsor one-day free health screening also stems from our total conviction that the healthier population is better placed to contribute meaningfully to the socio-economic development of the nation.
Let me note that the problem of infants, child and maternal mortality, which has been on the front burner of development discourse, can be drastically reduced if women begin to pay more attention to their health and that of their children. It is therefore our duty to continue to draw attention to this reality.
This beneficiary shares the sentiments of all who have received attention.
This period of recession, we are having financial challenges. And some of us, as we know that we have this thing, yet we don't even have that money to go to the hospital. So we are so glad for the First Lady to bring this program to us so that we should come and have this free medical treatment now.
In all, 3,000 women and 1,000 children from 23 local government areas have been treated here for ailments like cervical cancer, hypertension, and worms.
Meanwhile, the Bauchi state government has been advised to develop a deliberate policy on education to suit the contemporary needs of the 21st century. To achieve this, an educationist, Dr. Danjuma Dabo, advocates 30% budgetary allocation to the sector over the next 10 years and the reintroduction of teacher training colleges in the state. The governor of Bauchi State says he recognizes the need for enhanced quality education, especially at the basic level.
This public lecture is organized by the National Union of Bauchi State Students to discuss issues bordering on the collapse in the education sector in the state.
Government of Bauchi State.
The guest lecturer speaks on education in the 21st century, the need for proper adjustments to meet the sustainable development goals. He highlights the numerous challenges of education in Bauchi State, amongst which are poor quality of teachers, archaic methods of teaching and learning, funding challenging, and lack of adequate monitoring systems, especially in the rural areas.
I had one school we went to. Your Excellency, 6 classes were in that school, primary 1, 2, 3 to 6. There was one teacher, and there were 5 students in attendance that day. And the students, 2 were from primary 2. One was from primary 4. One was from primary 6. And he put all of them in the same class and he's teaching them the same thing, sir.
Dr. Dabo suggests the way forward.
Rethink the issue of reintroducing teacher training colleges in Bauchi State. I am telling you, I'm a proprietor. I tell you that what we are content with is teacher mobility, because they are not teachers.
But the governor of Bauchi State says the government is aware of the challenges and it is doing a lot already to address the decay in the system.
Has taken education as #1 endeavor as far as the government is concerned. We have consistently allocated to education 20% of the total budget of Bauchi State. I assure you, whether it is true or not, that UNESCO has said we should dedicate 26% of our budget, our strive is towards achieving that and even surpassing it.
The occasion featured the flag-off of the first annual quiz competition by the National Union of Bauchi State Students Association with the support of the Bauchi State government and the distribution of humanitarian material.